coming up, although they say you can't have your cake and eat it, I'm going to show you how to have your cake and ice it. Making a lockdown cake, but it's been tailored for if you don't have that many ingredients. So you can, if you've got ingredients, make a cake of your choice that isn't so no frills. But the important thing is I'm going to show you how to ice it and make it look really funky with just a Milky Bar and some chocolate. You don't need icing nozzles or a piping bag or any of that malarkey. It's such a clever hack and I think you should get involved. Basically making this cake because I want to show you a really easy peasy method of icing it. So first we need to get a bowl. Okay, and it's really clever, the icing it bit, but this just uses minimal ingredients. It's because I never baked my son a birthday cake. And I told him that I would later down the line. I just made cookies, the cookies which you can see on a previous video. So now finally I'm making him an actual cake, but I'm gonna ice it and show you how you can just ice it with, get this, I'm just gonna ice it with this, which is a Milky Bar, and then some chocolate as well. And it will look like this. So I shall show you how it's done. We're gonna get a bowl and then we're gonna measure out our flour. So you need 115 grams of plain flour. So let's measure that out. I'm doing this cake in real time. So once again, if you wanted, you could do it with me as I go. Okay, here we are. 115 grams of plain flour. I'm sort of making this recipe up as well because I'm sort of adapting it from another recipe. So 115 grams of plain flour. Next we need sugar. In it goes. Oh no, used up all the sugar. Oh no. Oh, I hope there's more sugar. Oh no, I don't really want to be using up all the provisions in lockdown. So maybe make this cake after lockdown. So then what else do we need? Butter. Okay, 60 grams of butter, which I've put in this bowl. I'm gonna shove it in the oven to melt it down a bit, and then we need half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. So that's this stuff, half a teaspoon. In it goes. Get it all off by prodding my spoon in. There we are. Okay, what else do we need? What have I put in? Oh, an egg. We need an egg. Okay, a large egg. In it goes, and then a tablespoon of milk. Gonna put it in. There we go. Okay, this is going to be like a Madeira cake kind of affair. We can also put in, if we wanted to, a little bit of baking powder, just a dash, actually, because I've got plain flour, and you can put self-raising flour. So I'm actually just going to add a dash of baking powder, about half a teaspoon. Okay, I can't even open it. Okay, this is me being really wimpy. Why can't I open the baking powder? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I open the baking powder. Okay, I found another baking powder. Putting half a teaspoon in. There we go. So all we need is our butter, and then we're going to mix it all up a bit, and hopefully we'll be ready to make a cake. Oh look, there's a spoon here, that will do. It's a really easy recipe. Okay, mix. I'm mixing on my scales, it's a bit messy. And okay, not really very cakey yet. My butter should help that. Let's see if it's melted yet. Where is it? Oven gloves on. Here we go. Oh, it's lovely. So in we go with the butter. It's sort of melted. There we are. And then I give it all a mix, and that's it. That's the liquidity I needed to stop it just being a load of powder. Mix it round. Now, you don't really want any lumps, so keep mixing it. If yours seems too dough-like, add a bit of milk, I reckon. And that should help matters. and just give it a bit more liquidity, as I say, until it seems a bit more cake mixy. There we go, just a splash of milk extra, and then we're ready to put it in the oven. Okay, I'm hoping that it will be tasty. Okay, so your mixture all needs to go into your greased cake tin, which is what I'm doing here. It still seems a bit uncakey, this. And then I'm going to shove it in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for, I reckon, 30 minutes. I'll need to check it with a skewer to see when it's done. Here it goes. Cake mixture tastes good. Okay, see you again in about 30 minutes. Okay, the timer is going off, but I reckon it will still need another 5. So it's been in for half an hour now. So let's just have a look. Whoa, hot in the city. Yeah. Oh, shush, oven, shush. Hush now, oven. Okay, so I'm going to put my skew in. Yeah, I would say that needs another 5 to 10 minutes even. Interesting. Okay. So my cake is done at last. It actually took about 45 minutes. But right now, my little boy is so impatient that he wants to eat the cake right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half and then give them one bit to eat, even though it's still hot, it's still warm, and they should wait for it to cool. And then I'm going to show you how to ice the other half, which is the fun bit that I'm excited to show you because it's such a good trick. So I just realised we haven't done the taste test yet. We need a consumer verdict. So ooh, my cake's dropped off. Oops, daisy, that's fine, it's still edible. I'm going to now give it to some taste testers. Son number 1, have some cake. Son number 2, have some cake. And tell me what the verdict is. Son number 1, describe how the cake tastes.
Very yum.
Good. Very yum, that's a good verdict. Son number 2?
So, it tastes... My favourite part is just like the crusty part.
Okay.
On top, the outside part.
That's
the
weird.
inside part is super squishy.
That's weird. That's weird. You don't usually like crust.
He doesn't like crust when it comes to sandwiches.
It's delicious.
Great. Son number 2, again an empty plate.
So, it's super yummy and it's the best cake I ever tasted in my life.
Wow! But I think that's a resounding thumbs up. Thanks, boys. It's going to taste even better with chocolate on it. Okay, so I've chopped the top off the cake, as you can see. My children have eaten the rest. And now I'm going to ice it. And I'm just going to cover it in chocolate. I've got a load of... This is cooking chocolate. You can use any chocolate. Where's the scissors? I need the scissors. I can never open anything. Okay, I've done it. So what we're going to do is just get some cubes of chocolate and then breaking them into a bowl. And actually, so it's just like that, broken cubes in a bowl. But actually, I'm going to go just through speed and ease. They melt a lot quicker the smaller they are. So I'm just going to chop them up with a knife so they're in really small pieces to melt. It's quite a sharp knife, mind your fingers. I'm not even measuring it. So what I'll do is if I need to, I'll add more until I've got the right amount. So what you do is you just put your chocolate into your bowl and then in it all goes. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, and then I'm literally going to, there we go, lovely chocolate stuff. I'm going to mix it with boiling water, just a smidgen of water to melt it, and then get my takeaway spoon, and that's it, melt it down. I probably put too much water, which is a bit of a disaster, because you only want it to be a paste. So I'm going to add in more cubes of chocolate now. Mix it around, mix it around. Okay, and I need my water to stay hot. Quickly cut loads up because that's what melts it really quickly. Okay, in we go, in we go. Melt it up. Melt it, mix it, melt it. Okay, I'm just showing you a top shot of what it looks like. And if your cubes are failing to melt in your boiling water, what you can do is just shove it in a warm oven, just a very warm oven, and it should help. I've managed to melt most of it. So all you do then is you just start pouring it on like that, and it's really lovely, got a lovely sheen on it. I wish I could show you the top shot. Let's just pick you up and show you. Can you see that? Lovely sheen. Okay, and I'm just going to lather it all about. Now, basically, the really important thing is to make sure that there's not too much water in your sauce, because you need it to set hard and you don't want your cake to be soggy. So minimal amount of boiling water is the best strategy. And then just pour it over the top. And you can even make it go down the sides as well. Depending on how much water, hot water you've put, you really only need enough just to make your chopped bits of chocolate melt. Oop, I just spilled some chocolate. I have to put it all around the sides as well. It's hard to see what I'm doing because I'm filming and doing it at the same time, but it's really shiny and sheeny and it will be really lovely. Put it all on the sides, and when it sets, it will be awesome and it will taste so good. Remember, the thicker your sauce, the better. So a good chocolate to boiling water ratio is what you're looking for. This is so luxurious.
What kind of cake is it?
This is a chocolate covered Madeira cake kind of thing. Right, I'm going right the way round the sides. Look how lovely and sheeny it is.
Why are you putting it on top?
Because that is what I'm supposed to do. A small child has entered, and I'm realising that my head is out of shot a lot in this, but that's because I'm multitasking. I'm trying to cover a cake and talk at the same time. Look how luxurious this is. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is wait for this to set. So I need my chocolate to harden up. I'm just finishing off lathering it round the sides, and it's really very decadent and very delicious looking. Any bits that are excess. Okay, there's a small child telling me that he wants to lick the bowl, so I'm going to give him the bowl to lick. Okay, there we go, and we're going to wait for this to set. I just wanted to show you that already, it's been less than 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, and it's already starting to set. This is an accident waiting to happen. I shouldn't really be tilting this cake up, but I'm trying to show you it's really shiny and sheeny. It's too dangerous. Let me film it from the top. So here we go. This is a top shot of my shiny, sheeny cake, and it's nearly ready. You can just see a few bits are a bit wetter. So I reckon the cake is now dry and ready to be iced. I'm going to do the precarious thing of tilting it up. Whoa, how far can I take it? Not further than that. So what you need next is one of these. Any sort of white chocolate bar in a foil or a small packet will do the job, because we want white to contrast with our brown cake. Unless you did a white cake, in which case you can use brown. And I'm going to pour some boiling water into a bowl next. Now, I know you know this, guys, but obviously it's really, really hot, boiling water, and cooking with an oven and all of that stuff is really quite dangerous. So make sure that you have a parent to help you with this. Okay, so next, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to dunk my Milky Bar in the boiling water. I'm going to bring this round to show you. There we go, it's just in there. Crazy, huh? It's having a bath in the bowl. And hopefully, don't forget, a parent is helping you with all of this. I've got to cover myself. I don't want any accidents happening. I don't want to be responsible for anything going wrong. So I'm just going to help it along just by prodding it to make sure it's really melted in there. I need it totally liquidified. Okay, so, right, I reckon though for this next bit you need to be able to see. I wonder if I could do it one hand. That might be a disaster. I wonder if I can balance this up here. Okay, give me a second, I'm going to work this out. By now, your Milky Bar has completely melted in the boiling water. So, all you need to do is just cut a tiny corner off. Just cutting the very, very tip of the corner. So I can use it to pipe. So let's check that this works. I'm just going to check it on here. Oh my gosh, they don't put much chocolate in these things, do they? Okay, great. So now, look what I'm doing. Literally icing a cake with just a Milky Bar. So my son is 8. So I'll put a big 8, and then I'll put yay, yay, and then what else shall I do? Do a heart or a star. Do a star. Ooh, had a bit of a wobble on my star. I'm just doing this very quick and slapdash, because obviously I'm trying to do a video at the same time. And then keep squeezing it up to the top. So then I could do, what else can I do? Some more little stars. Look, see, I'm getting the hang of doing a star. Yay, and then I put a heart. Should I put a heart? Oh no, my heart's crashed into my 8, but it's still good. Heart, because I love him. And then, oh no, the heart has crashed into the edge. But you get the gist of it. So it's kind of upside down. I turn it the right way for you. Can you see that? It says, yay, 8, with hearts and stars. So easy to do, and it'll taste yummy as well. Hope you've enjoyed knowing how to make a lockdown cake. You can literally use any cake recipe that you have that you like, of a basic sponge or a basic Madeira cake or vanilla cake, and just use the icing technique if you want. Or you can make the lockdown cake, which is, 1 egg, no frills, lots of flour, and see what you think. It will taste good though once you've covered it in chocolate. Everything tastes good covered in chocolate. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure that you spread the word. Happy homeschooling, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.